Good morning, Willard Wildcats. Happy Wednesday, February 10th. We have a birthday to celebrate today. Happy birthday to Asusana C. We hope you have a wonderful birthday on this Wednesday, February 10th. Now, Wildcats, we are going to read a book today that talks about commitment. And it means when you read this book, what do you do with an idea? I want you to think about how committed you are to what your ideas are and how you share them. And I also want you to think about the learner profile characteristic that we're developing, which is being open-minded. And how do you listen to other people's ideas and how do you give feedback? How do you think about your ideas and how do you give yourself feedback? So I want you to think about all of those things because every idea is a good idea. It might not be one we choose to act on, but the ideas that we have about creating things, they could all be pretty good. So I want us to think about how we're open-minded and we grow these great ideas. So this book is written by Kobi Yamada and illustrated by May Bessem. And it is a New York Times bestseller. What do you do with an idea? So think about it. How committed are you to your ideas? Look at the pretty drawings. One day I had an idea. I wondered where it came from. Why is it here? I wondered, what do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. Now, is that showing commitment? Remember, you got to stick with your ideas, right? Believe in them. But it followed me. Got to be open-minded. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up. But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when it was around. Don't you feel good when you're being creative and you're thinking about things in different ways? It wanted food. I wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. It grew bigger and we became friends. I like the way how this book is illustrated. I showed it to other people, even though I was afraid of what they would say. That's that piece about we need to be open-minded, right? I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. And they said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. Are those people being open-minded? No. That doesn't mean it's not a good idea. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. But then I realized, what do they really know? And this is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do. And it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it, I played with it, but most of all, I gave it my attention. And remember, with your ideas, you always think about them. Are they safe, respectful, and responsible ideas? If so, nurture them. My idea grew, and so did my love for it. I built it a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars, a place where it could be safe to dream. It's so important to say nice things to yourself about your thoughts and your ideas, isn't it? So then that way you feel good about what you're doing. It's important to be principled with yourself like it is to be principled with other people, to always do what's right, even when no one is looking. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it said, it's good to have the ability to see things differently. Now we call that looking at things from different perspectives, right? To think about thoughts, ideas from how different people would think about those ideas, those things that are said, those different feelings and emotions, right? So always thinking about things in other ways. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then, one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. I didn't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. And then I realized what you do with an idea, you change the world. My favorite part of working with all of you is knowing that you're going to be coming up with ideas that change the world. We don't even know what those ideas are yet. That's so exciting. So Wildcats, remember, we are safe, respectful, and responsible. And I want you to think of the idea that you have today and nurture it. It might be different than the idea you have tomorrow, or it might be one that stays with you. But it's so important to think of those things and to nurture them. Now, stay tuned for today's Black History Fact. Have a wonderful day.
Sidney Poitier is an actor born in 1927 until this day. He is the first African American to win an Oscar for starring his role and performance in Lilies of the Field. He also starred in Broadway in 1959 in Lorraine Hansberry's award-winning play Raisin in the Sun, and also the movie version in 1961.